Hey guys, we are at San Martin Park. So this is a very popular, I think it's like the biggest park here in Mendoza. And we started from inside. We took a taxi or Uber here because we wanted to work our way come inside and work our way to the outside. So initially we tried to go to the famous stadium, closed until Monday, and today's Saturday. So we started here at this fountain. It's very beautiful. It's a little hot out. The sun's starting to really come out right now. It's about 12:52. But yeah, check it out. Very nice. And I saw they had the hop on, hop off bus tour that comes here as well. So we can see across from the water fountain, we have a couple like pop-up like food trucks here. There's like one that has like local beers, crepes, maybe croissants, little snacks, things like that. I was hoping to maybe find something that has choripan, because I haven't had like a really good official choripan in Mendoza yet. We did try to get one at a restaurant, and the sausage really wasn't that good. So I'm hoping I can find like a little food truck or something before we leave to BA to see how the choripans here in Mendoza taste. But yeah, let's just take a look. It also seems to be a market over there where people are selling some stuff, so we'll also take a look through there as well. All right, we're gonna stop at this little place here to see what kind of fresh juice they might have. Let's see, because we haven't had like too many options that we've seen here in Mendoza. Like usually it's like lemonade or orange juice. That's really about it. All right, let's see. I don't see like any on here. Hola, bueno. ¿Qué jugo naturales tienes? Okay, so it's just orange and lemonade. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, here is mostly like that. Okay, gracias. I feel like most places in Mendoza is it's not really a juice place, it's a crepe place. They just happen to have like some, yeah, I don't know why it's like the only two options. Like usually you have like fresh strawberry juice or blackberry is really popular in South America, but not really here. There's not too many options. Mango, nothing. But if you want, we can kind of walk down a little market here, see if we see anything. All right, so now we're gonna just head down to this little market. Looks like it's maybe like a block long, not even. So we're gonna let Jen out the cage for a little bit. He hates to be in a stroller for too long without some activity. So we're gonna let him run around a little bit in this little open field where it's not too much sun on him, and let him run around and burn some energy. Otherwise, he'll be crying in a stroller the whole entire time. So let's see, let's burn some time here, and then we're gonna kind of walk around the park a little bit more. This park is a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, you can see on the map that it's a big park, but as we were kind of driving through it, to get to the stadium from the entrance, it's pretty far. I was thinking like, oh, it's an easy walk, but it's not. And a lot of like the roads are not really paved to walk unless you're walking in the street. So it's kind of like a lot of dirt roads. It kind of looks like this. So it's something to be mindful of. Like, I haven't seen like any taxis in here at all. So like you can definitely call an Uber if you have signal. Other than that, just be prepared to walk a lot. And I have seen some people there are hiking here. You have some people with strollers, some people bring like coolers and things, and they're just walking around, trying to find like a nice, cool spot to kind of chill and relax. But yeah, this park is massive. It's just like, it reminds me of back home at Central Park. Something that you know, I guess you could do it one day if you really want to get up early and take the time and walk. But with him, it's a little bit difficult, and it's not as easy to walk through when you have a stroller too as well. So yeah, something to keep in mind. All right, guys, I'm gonna just walk around the park a little bit while Olivia and Jen play in some cool shade. So we're coming across this lake here. It looks really nice. So let's check this out. Very nice. Surprised they don't have like, you know, like paddle boats or anything you can kind of rent to get into the water or something like that. Or maybe they do, maybe just not right now. And I'm thinking there might be like some sort of like restaurant or bar or something across that way. But yeah, let's take a little stroll down. Let's just kind of check it out, see what's there. Yeah, it's really nice on this side. See a lot of people taking little breaks and picnics, have the blankets out. The lawn is way more manicured on this side than across the street over there, which is really nice. I definitely enjoy being in Mendoza. It's only been, what, 13 days that we've been here. First couple of days was rough because of the New Year's, and it was a Sunday and everything, so a lot of things were closed for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But once things kind of start opening back up, and there's still a lot of places that are still closed for the whole month of January or for the first few weeks of January, but for the most part, things are open. Let's take a little walk into here. Yeah, it's really nice. This actually reminds me of a place in Italy, in Como. Kind of has that vibe. They have the lake here. Obviously, it's nothing like the lake there, but it just kind of reminds me of a little area where we were there a few years ago. But yeah, it's very nice, pretty peaceful, not too crowded. But yeah, like I was saying, like I kind of enjoyed being here because I wanted something like with a little bit of a slower pace of life. And I'm kind of just, you know, now that I'm older, I'm 40, and I have a family, I just want to see if it's, if I've changed. Like, am I still a big city person? Could I live someplace that's a smaller town, whether it's a beach town or a small, like more suburban place like this? And I think I could, at least for a while, but then like you do kind of miss like all the resources and things that you have from living in a big city. So I'm definitely more excited about going to BA to see what that's going to be like for 3 months, because that's more what I'm used to. And they have a subway, which they call the Soup Day. So I have access to that, because right now you're pretty much, you need to take Ubers or taxis everywhere here, because everything's like a 20-minute walk plus, and it's hot. And it's very difficult just to get a taxi unless you're like on one of the main streets. So we have to call Uber, and we still walk a lot because we're kind of just used to doing that from back home, which I don't mind at times, but sometimes like they don't really take care of the sidewalks here. So a lot of sidewalks are really messed up, and it's very difficult to walk on or push a stroller on. So it just takes up a lot of time, and a lot of wear and tear on a stroller as well that we just bought before we moved out here. So yeah, so it's been a little difficult with that. I mean, the Ubers are really cheap. And I think I've heard someone say on a YouTube video just like a year or so ago, but that Mendoza is either half as cheap or 3 times as cheap as Mendoza. I'm sorry, as BA. So if that's the case, we kind of got used to the prices and things out here. So it might be a little bit of a sticker shock because we're used to, like, you know, you take an Uber. Like when we took an Uber to Cacheta, to the thermal park, that was like a 50-minute drive. It only cost like $15 or less to get out there, which is really nice. I'm pretty sure it could be cheaper in some other cities or countries, but that was a very cheap price, because just thinking like that same ride that we would take from where we live to like JFK Airport was about 50 minutes or so, and it would cost me about $100. So, you know, you compare that, I mean, it's extremely cheap. But yeah, so we have like another 2.5 weeks or so here, and then we head out to BA. We're staying in Palermo. Have a nice apartment with a huge balcony. I think we're like at the, might be at the top, I believe. I think we have like, I'm not sure if it's necessarily a penthouse, but it's the top of the apartment because it's this huge balcony. There's no covering or anything, at least from what we can see from the pictures. So I'm excited about that. And we're surrounded by parks, tons of restaurants, things like that, and not too far from a couple different subway stations, or I should say subte stations. But yeah, it's gonna be really nice to kind of get back to the city because we've been living in Salinas for most of the part of Ecuador, which is like a slower beach town area, very local. You don't get too many foreigners there except for like a small retirement community that's from the US. Most people from the US that go to Ecuador tend to go to Cuenca, which is where we stayed the last couple of days. But this would be something more familiar to us to do. And I'm excited about that. And I think if we like it, after we kind of finish our South American tour, maybe a few other places, we may come back to Argentina. I've been already kind of looking at the requirements of the 2-year passport. So you can get your passport here fairly easy, even easier than getting your permanent residency card. That takes 3 years. So you have to just be in the country a couple of years. I think at least if you're here, I believe like 6 months out the year, then it shouldn't be an issue. And I did kind of start looking for like an attorney online who speaks English and specializes in immigration. And it seems like it's roughly about $2,000 to get everything done. And they help you go to the places that you need to go. And they have somebody with you to help translate things, whether you have to go to the bank or some government official offers or something like that. So that's really good. $2,000 is expensive for here, but I don't think it's that bad if it's like a path to citizenship for like a family, you know, and then you have that extra option, you know. And I do love South America. Colombia will be my first choice just because I'm more familiar. The language is easier there because the accent and the dialect is more standard or more normal to Spain, where here is very different. I have a very difficult time a lot of times understanding people, what they're saying, because it's so different and the words they use are different than what I'm used to. So it'll be a big learning curve as well being here, but I guess if you're staying here for within a couple years, I'll just pick it up naturally. But and there's also like a better hub. Like if you live in Bogota, there's a better hub to travel to other places outside of South America. You want to go back to the US, you want to go to Europe, you can fly direct from like Bogota, which is great. Argentina, I think, is always like a connection pretty much if you want to do something like that. And it's a lot further down south, so it's a little bit harder to maneuver to other places. So that's kind of the drawback when it comes to immigrating and staying here versus someplace else. Let me get a photo of this. Or video, I guess, since that was already chosen. But yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I got a feeling that we will like BA. Even if the prices are a little bit higher than Mendoza, and that's fine. They're still pretty reasonable. And from all the YouTube videos that I've watched, people, they say that, you know, for one person, you spend $25, that's a lot for dinner. You know what I mean? You're really trying to. And here it's like you can get a really good steak at a nice place, and spend $10, $11 right now. And you know, good ambiance and all that stuff. I've seen drinks, cocktails for as little as like $3 and change, up till about $5, $6. So that's great. So yeah, if you don't mind a slower pace of life, and if you're like used to the suburbs or something like that from wherever you're from, then this is probably like the perfect place. You definitely just need to, you know, make sure you get a car. And I think cars here are kind of difficult to get because the supply is really low. But once you maneuver all of that, it shouldn't be too difficult. Because if we did decide to come to Mendoza and stay longer term, we definitely would need to get a car because it's just way more convenient to kind of just get in when you want to versus waiting for an Uber. Because sometimes you can wait 10, 15 minutes for an Uber. So that could be a huge pain. So something to think about. Let's check out this place. So it has fresh juice here. Looks like there's way more options. So I'm gonna try and get something from here. Even like pineapple juice or strawberry or something like that. Let's see. Hola, ¿cómo está? Sí. Me gustaría jugo de no sé cómo se dice. Durazano. Durazano. Con agua. Ah, este.
¿De qué te lo hago?
No. ¿Cómo?
¿Qué fruta le pongo?
Ah, sí, fruta, sí. Fruta y agua. Sin azúcar.
Sin azúcar. ¿Pero
Sí.
qué fruta del cartel quiere que le ponga? Naranja, banana, piña.
Ah, durazno.
Puede ser 3.
Ah, 3. Ah, piña y fresa. Y fresa.
Ah, no hay fresa, frutilla. ¿Frutilla sí?
Ah, frutilla, sí, lo mismo. Sí,
Listo.
está bien. All right, guys, so I have a mixture combination here of peach, pineapple, and strawberries. Let's see how this is. It looks like it's going to be good. I have faith. All right, so we got this big juice here, fresh, natural, no extra sugar, for under $2. Ah, it's good, man. I haven't had any fresh juice since we've been out here. So this is definitely something that was very much needed. You only really get orange juice and lemonade out here. That's really it. It's strange. I'm not sure why. This is the first place that I've seen that has other options. So definitely glad that I kind of stumbled upon that on accident. All right, so let's find Olivia and Jen, let them get a little taste of this, and maybe we'll walk around and catch something else. Like those big famous gates at the entrance is really popular. So we'll head that way on our way out, get a video of that, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up at that point. So we made it to the entrance / exit. So you have these big gates here. You can see, check it out. You see these in a lot of pictures, Google Map photos. This is pretty much the first thing you see when you think about the San Martin Park. So it's about 2 o'clock. We spent a couple of hours in here. It's almost time. Well, it is time for Jen's nap. Around this time, he gets a little cranky and stuff. So we're going to just head out of here and head back to the house, let it cool off, and then probably go out again for dinner or something like that. But very nice to see and hang out. Just it's so hot and intense here. Like unless you get up like really, really early, or you come out later, like around 7-ish, it's kind of hard to fully enjoy these parks out here. You notice that a lot of people come out later at night. Even you see kids playing in the park with their parents, and it's like 8 o'clock at night. So not too uncommon. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.